I think a lot of people unfortunately make the assumption that coaching or life coaching can be something that is woo-woo or something that is not as impactful as, say, a therapeutic practice or a more clinical approach to support an individual. And for me, this is so inaccurate. In fact, when I first started Mindful Talent, I remember one of my first mentors was a Scottish guy. And I was telling him about the company and how I've started this coaching organisation and how passionate I was about coaching because of the impact it had on my life and the impact it can have on others. And he was excited. And then he said, Alister, can I ask you a question? I said, yeah. He said, why did you start a coaching company in Scotland? And I said, what do you mean? He said, well, everybody needs help, but nobody wants to admit it. And it always stuck with me because I think people have this perception, particularly in Scotland, which I'm happy to say that's shifted over the last 10 years, where we think of it as something that people come to when they're weak or when they're going through a difficult time in their work, like almost like a performance management, incentive that they're putting together or a performance management review. So I think the biggest misconception is that it's a bit woo-woo. It's something that you go to when you're feeling weak. It's something that you go to when you're being performance managed out of business. But actually, it's something that I think everyone, and I know this, would benefit from coming and having the support of a trained professional who can guide them into a space where they can think more deeply and reflect more deeply about their life, their business, their career, their family, their money, every aspect of life. And so that's the biggest misconception, is that people underestimate the power of coaching and the impact that it can have on every area of your life because they've made this assumption of what it is, when actually it's completely different to the assumptions that they've made.